6. The road to the O starts. Oh, it's a sad day. So many problems.
Aren't those ones healthy?
They're not prep friendly.
Oh, your waffles in the freezer.
Oh, geez.
We're in that room.
We're gonna need another trash bag. Eliminating all temptation. It is crazy to think that prep is officially starting tomorrow. But really, the prep for the prep starts today. So we have a lot to get done. Today is our final workout before prep officially gets started. And it's a lot on the docks, man. So we're gonna cook our pre-workout meal, head to the gym, and get this day started. This prep and every other prep in the past, we think smarter, not necessarily harder. I don't remember the last time I've actually been to a grocery store. Instacart has been my best friend. So a few of the essential items just got delivered for this prep. So yes, I do use minute rice, but that is only for the first handful of weeks of prep before I transition over to rice cooker rice. You guys, I don't want to hear it in the comments. These taste so good, and I'm gonna keep my sanity sane since I am prepping for 23 weeks. And of course, we have the whipped cream for the oatmeal, game changer. And yes, I damn near got a life supply. Of course, we have some chicken. We have our asparagus on deck. And for those of you guys who are bodybuilders, who understand eating 6 meals a day, the baby wipes. Probably the most essential of all of this. For those of you guys who remember the chicken video, the secret ingredient. So there's not much that changes compared to the end of my off season to the beginning of my prep. And a lot of times people in their mind, they think prep is the start and that means everything is changing. It's not, especially if you've been executing in your off season. And currently I am 9 pounds above stage weight. So I've been keeping it relevantly tighter. I think like the most that came back was more water and a little bit of fat, of course. But I competed, 6 weeks ago, so it's nothing in excess. So this is definitely the leanest body fat percentage or just leanest I've ever been starting a prep. So I'm really excited for that. But again, there's not much that's changed. I think if anything, when it comes to prep, I think it's more of a mentality change. It's more of understanding that a timeline is now set and there is a certain expectation that you need to uphold yourself to. And I think that's the biggest thing, right? So if you've been executing in the off season, I don't think you need to fully expect anything drastic. Like I was eating 4,142 calories to end my off season, and to start my prep, I'm eating the same thing, 4,142 calories, 555 grams of carbs, 81 grams of fat, and 320 grams of protein. So I'm eating good and I'm feeling good, and there's nothing that necessarily needs to be changed. I think cleaning up some of the things like the occasional off-plan meals, definitely the traveling schedule, to say the least, at least for me, and just locking in on controlling all of the variables. I think in the off season you can have a little bit of flexibility when it comes to that, but for me right now it's just making sure that there's no missed meals, there's no missed cardio sessions, and locking in just as if we are 4 weeks out, maybe not just 23 weeks out. The recipe for success this prep is simple. We are Operation Grow into the show. So with the time span that we currently have until the Olympia, it gives us 23 weeks to put on some solid tissue. Now, obviously, we're not going to focus on growing towards the end of the prep, where we're primarily going to be focused on becoming in the leanest and most conditioned but fullest that we've ever been. But that still gives us about an 8 to 9 week time frame to really focus on putting on some quality tissue. And is very similar to the approach that I had for the last off season, where we went through a health phase and then we prioritized growing for about 2 to 3 months, and we covered a lot of ground in that time, and we've also learned a lot about my body in that time. So this time around, with a little bit more precision, I'm so excited to hit the ground running and just focus on putting on some quality tissues in the areas that I primarily need to, which is definitely the upper chest. And at the end of the day, I still want to double down on my back, because I want to have the best back in men's physique. There's no question about it. And to be a standard in this division, I think it's extremely important to be extremely well-rounded. So at the end of the day, no body part this series, or better yet, this prep, is being left behind, and we are going to empty the tank on a consistent basis. And this is going to be one for the books, man, because I truly believe, with the current game plan that we have, with the current, focus, I've never felt so good in my life. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm hungry, literally and figuratively, and I feel good, and I feel like I have a team, a community around me that's only pushing me to get better, and I'm excited for it. And again, I'm ready to eat. I'm really ready to show up and show what I can do. And the main point and the main factor between now and to the Olympia is getting there healthy and making sure that our body is primed and ready to step on the biggest stage in the world. And recovery is to be of the most important. And you guys will see how I am tackling my recovery, in a future video. But for now, one thing that's going to stay consistent is making sure that my mental stays clear, that my appetite is primed, and at the end of the day, man, my sleep is too exaggerated to the nth degree, because I'm telling you, last prep, it was hard for me to get to sleep some nights, or at least stay asleep. But this has been my best medicine, and it's helped. I know this gets a negative stigma sometimes, and me and Juan were actually wondering, hey, should we put this in the video? But he also gave me a realization, said, no, fuck that, be you. And it made me realize, like, this whole series, we're not doing this for likes. That's not what this series is about at all. We are doing this to just show the raw truths, and we have seen the growth on our YouTube channel, and it's been amazing. But at the end of the day, we just had a good conversation. Like, we're not doing this for the number of views that consistently go up, and we just want to connect with you guys and show you a raw side of what we're doing in this prep, and what you can do when you put hard work and prioritize passion and not cutting corners. So cheers to that, and it's time to eat, because your boy's getting hungry, and it's time to go train.
problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all on my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with a nigga who lying for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double. I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go to your places, I know that they sunken. Don't call me your brother, I barely could trust it. I talked to a shorty, she bagging the bucket. And I'ma need all of my dollars on corporate, so hand me the money, I divvy the pie. I'ma give all of my people a portion to build them a fortune. I'm flipping the ride. I can't be mixing with iffy the vibe. And 40 on 50 is really the time. Why are you all on my phone like you want me? Like you wasn't pushing the kid to the side. I don't know if you bitches are thinking I'm blind. Cross on my crosses and dot on my eyes. Done with your efforts, I'm dealing with pressures. I know it's a lesson, that's word of the wise. Dubbing the mixes, I'm mixing. I know I've been missing, I needed some personal time. Fuck all the pictures, dimensions. I don't with your digits, I mean it, I'm staying inside. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it.
Woo! Oh man. Tomorrow is the start, man. It's kind of crazy that I can say that I'm prepping for the Olympia, but this year we have a few different approaches compared to previous years, and I'm excited for it. And the only thing I will say is we are going into this prep with a little bit more adversity than before. You guys may remember that I did mess up my knee, and I have a doctor's appointment coming up to kind of see what the final verdict is regarding whether I need surgery. But that's for a later date. We're gonna stay optimistic, we're feeling good, and no matter what, we're gonna be walking across that Olympia stage. But when it comes to the plan of attack, it's gonna be fun. So right now we have two different splits, all right, because of the injury that is holding us off from training legs right now. So the primary split is on Mondays. So for me, tomorrow, we are training chest and triceps. Tuesday, we are training back and biceps. Wednesday are legs. Now keep in mind, this is the split with without the knee being an issue. And then Thursday, we have a rest day with abs. Friday, shoulder and traps. Saturday, chest. And then Sunday, we have rest and abs. And on that Saturday, the chest is going to be focused more towards the incline. So when it comes to the injury, so the current split that I'm on now, chest and shoulders, and on that Monday, the shoulders is primarily going to be raises. Tuesday, we have back, traps, and abs. Wednesday, we have shoulder. That's going to be primarily a press shoulder day. Then we have rear delts. Thursday, rest and abs. Friday, arms. Saturday, chest. This is going to be an incline focused. And then Sunday, rest and abs. So a lot thrown in there. I'll put the splits up here, injury versus, I guess, not what I'm doing right now. But you know, we have to be able to adapt, and that's what, you know, a lot of this season is going to be about, and that's what a lot of the last season was about, and the season before that. But one thing I will say this year that will be different, which I'm really excited about, and this is, I really believe is something I'm just going to take my knowledge and my data and understanding of my body to the next level. So we're going to be tracking our workouts for the first time ever. And you know, usually I come into the gym and just move as much weight as possible for that day and empty the tank. But right now we have a log book, and one thing I want to kind of put out there, because it's not my style to sit there and overthink and put numbers down on data. So what I'm going to be doing is for each muscle group. So for example, chest, I'm going to be picking two movements. I know one is going to be a incline hammer strength, and a second one is going to be a standardized press, whether it's going to be, you know, bench press, dumbbell press, something along those lines. I'm still trying to decide. I have up until tomorrow. But at the end of the day, they're going to be the two movements that I'm going to track consistently from the beginning of my prep to the end of my prep, and continuously see if I can increase the intensity, whether it's through weight or reps itself. And at the end of the day, the main focus towards this is to be consistent in our progression in order to put on tissue where tissue is needed, and understand, you know, our data trend points. It's important, man. We're stepping up. We're in the big leagues now, so we gotta start to really dive in and understand how our body is responding, and any extra data points, whether it is just to slow down a little bit to get used to this, it's going to be really important, man. And I'm excited. I don't want to squander this opportunity. I'm going to give it all I got, and be ready. It's going to be a movie. We still got something to prove. Don't think we're not done. Just because the series is named something different now, it does not mean we don't have something to prove. We're ready to shock the world. Get your popcorn ready. It's a big moment right now, man. This is a legendary wall here at MI40. And I told myself here a year and a half ago when I first moved down to Tampa, I cannot sign this wall until I qualify for the Olympia. I wanted to hold myself to a little bit of a higher standard. I wanted to prove myself, and I'm hoping we can get that done a lot sooner than later. It's official. I think it needs a little bit more. I think it needs a little bit more. I told myself when I first moved down here that I wouldn't sign it until I felt like I earned it.